A pleasant afternoon to future teachers of our university, the primary grade mathematics teachers. Once again, I would like to welcome all of you to your journey to the world of mathematics upon studying EED4 or teaching mathematics in the primary grades. At this moment, we'll be discussing the Unit 5 or the assessment in mathematics for primary grades. First, let us define the objective of this module. The first objective or the only objective is to write assessment tools such as tests, examinations, performances, and quizzes which are appropriate for grade 1 to 3. These are the recommendations for student assessment in mathematics for primary grades. We have 3. The first one is written assessment, second is authentic assessment, and the last one is the performance assessment. Upon the discussion or upon going through the discussion, we'll be having some examples of these 3 different types of assessment, suggested or recommended assessment for primary grades. Let us deal with it one by one. Let's start with the written assessment. There are different types of written assessment. The first one is the objective test. And then under objective test, we have multiple choice, true or false items, then matching type items, and completion test items. When we say objective test, these are examples, these are samples of test na talagang mame-measure natin walang bias, walang bias na makikita because pag nag-check tayo, what is right is right. Kung ano yung tama, tama talaga. At kung ano yung mali, mali talaga. So like for example, sa multiple choice, kung A ang sagot, A talaga. Hindi siya pwedeng maging B, hindi siya pwedeng maging C. So very objective. Ibig sabihin, walang magiging halong pagkabayas sa pag-check o sa pagbibigay ng score. Multiple choice is considered the most advantageous objective test. However, it is the toughest to compose. A multiple choice item consists of 2 parts. The question, which is called the STEM, and the options, which are A, B, C, and D, which are called alternatives. So meron pa palang dalawang parts ang multiple choice. We have the STEM and we have the alternatives. So yung STEM, that is the question itself, and then the alternatives are the choices. Ito yung pinaka advantageous objective test. Ito yung pinaka ginagamit. Ito yung pinaka standardized. Even in the board examination, we use the multiple choice kasi madali nating ma-measure kung talaga bang natuto o hindi yung bata. Pero ito rin yung pinakamahirap na gawin. Pinakamahirap siyang i-compose among all the different types of tests. According to Whelan et al. 2000, there are tips in writing multiple choice test items. Number 1, avoid words that students will find difficult to comprehend. Kung gagawa tayo ng multiple choice test, iwasan daw natin yung paggamit ng mga words na maaaring hindi naman maintindihan ng mga estudyante. So kasi pagka ganun, baka hindi talaga natin ma-measure o hindi talaga natin ma-assess kung talaga bang natuto yung bata dahil hindi naman niya naintindihan talaga kung ano yung tanong. Next, make sure that there is really one best answer. Kailangan isa lang yung sagot, isa lang yung isa lang yung best, hindi po pwedeng maraming, lahat sila ay tamang sagot. Okay? Then letter C, make sure that each alternative is plausible. So yung alternative, these are the choices. Okay? Then letter D, keep choices for a question consistent in form and length. Yan, dapat magkakamukha sila ng haba. Kung sentence yung pamimilian, kung sentence yung letter A, dapat sentence lahat. Kung phrase lang, dapat phrase siyang lahat. At dapat yung length niya ay halos magkakasing haba. Okay? Para talagang matest natin yung mga estudyante. Then, do not use common determinants of terms and absolutes such as some, none, always, and never. Iwasan daw natin yung mga terms na ito. And then, stop the use of double negatives. Yan. So, iwasan natin yung mga double negatives. And then, avoid using all of the above as distractors. Iwasan din daw natin yung paggamit ng all of the above as distractors sa paggawa ng multiple choice item. Okay? But sometimes, no, even in the board examination, may mga nakikita pa rin tayo ng none of the above, all of the above. Actually, I experienced when I took up the board examination, there is a choice there. Meron doon sa mga pamimilian na letter E palagi. Letter E kapag wala sa choices yung tamang sagot. Naabutan ko yun, na merong letter E doon sa choices. At isasagot mo lang yung letter E kapag wala na talaga doon sa choices yung tamang sagot. Okay? So those are the tips on how to make a multiple choice test, a written assessment for your student. We move on to the next one, true or false items. So here are the tips in writing true or false items. Number 1, items should be entirely true or completely false. Hindi pwedeng medyo tama, tapos medyo mali. Dapat kung true siya, true talaga. Kung false siya, false talaga. Then item should be short and meaningful. Huwag nang pahabain pa, no? So dapat short and then meaningful. And then letter C, avoid using double negatives. The same as with the multiple choice. Iwasan natin yung negatives. Kasi yung two negatives kasi nakakalito yun. Hindi. Mga ganyan. Ano? Then we have avoid trivia. Iwasan daw natin yung mga trivia questions sa true or false. And then, the next one is the matching type items. Ito naman yung mga tips sa paggawa ng matching type items. All items should be concerned with one topic. Yan. And then, the possible answer should be more in number than in questions. Ayan. Kung matching type siya, dapat yung mga choices, mas marami siya kaysa dun sa questions. Mas marami kasi sometimes kapag halimbawa last question na tapos iisa na lang yung natitirang choice, ibig sabihin yun na yung sagot. So mas maganda na hanggang sa huli ay nag-iisip pa rin yung mga estudyante natin even until the last question in our test, because that is actually our purpose. Why we are giving the test is to assess whether they are learning or not. And then items should be arranged in a logical, chronological, and alphabetical manner. Dapat daw nakaayos, Bahala tayo kung gusto natin ng logical siya, chronological, or alphabetical. Bahala tayo. Then letter D, direction should be clearly stated. So, kasi kapag matching type, sometimes kino-connect, lalo na sa grade 1 to 3, di ba? Connect. Minsan naman, write the letter of your choice on the space provided for. Okay, dapat malinaw tayo doon, lalong-lalo na kung saan ilalagay ang sagot at papaano sasagutan ang mga exam. Then the last one is the completion test items. So ito naman din yung mga tips sa paggawa ng completion test items. Number 1, the answer should be short and if possible, it should be one word only. Completion test, ito yung fill in the blanks, diba? Meron tayong mga ganyan. Fill in mo yung blanks. And then all blanks should be of the same range. Huwag naman iba-iba yung range, no? Merong isang buong sentence na naka-blank na siya. And then don't offer grammatical clues. Yan, huwag naman yung magbigay na kayo ng mga grammatical clues. There should only be one blank in each item. Yan. So we encountered sometimes fill in the blank, napakaraming blank doon sa isang item. Iwasan daw natin yun. There should only be one blank in each item. And those are the examples of objective tests which are under written assessment. We move on to the second type of assessment, which is the authentic assessment. Authentic assessment. Here are the different definitions of authentic assessment cited by different authors. The first one, according to John Mueller, 2011, authentic assessment is a meaningful application of essential knowledge and skills to create real-world tasks. Next, as cited by Grant Wiggins, 1987, it is giving adult-like problems or situations to students wherein they will solve it creatively and effectively. And then, it is an alternative to traditional multiple choice and standardized achievement test. It is a direct examination of student performance on significant tasks that are relevant to life outside school. Then lastly, it is a valid assessment system that provides details about particular tasks on which students succeed or fail. But more importantly, it is also presents tasks that are important, meaningful, and useful. In short, authentic. So, ibig sabihin ng authentic assessment. Tignan natin yung iba't ibang uri ng authentic assessment. The first one is oral interview. Yan, no? Kung gusto talaga natin makita kung natuto ba yung mga estudyante natin sa math, pwede tayo magkaroon ng oral interview. Tanungin natin sila. No? Assessment din yun. So the teacher will ask the students mathematical questions about their interest. Oral interview yun. Next one, story or test retelling. Students retell main ideas or selected details of problems they need to solve. Since you are going to teach in primary grades, you need to transform a problem into a story. Of course, pag nagturo kayo sa grade 1, di ba, magkukwento kayo dyan. Halimbawa, ang klase nga ninyo ay tungkol sa division o tungkol sa fraction. Kung tungkol sa fraction, dapat may kwento. Si Pedro ay namitas ng 10 mangga na inilagay niya sa basket. Pag uwi niya sa kanilang bahay ay naghihintay ang kanyang 5 anak na maghahati-hati sa 10 mangga na kanyang daladala. Tanong, ilang mangga ang matatanggap ng bawat isa sa mga anak ni Pedro? And then, kung naintindihan talaga ng mga bata yon, hayaan mo silang storytell o hayaan mo silang ikwento nila kung paano nila natutunan yung pag-divide. And then, projects and exhibitions. These are actually very important in mathematics. Hayaan natin silang gumawa ng kanilang projects at hayaan natin silang magkaroon ng mga exhibitions. Students complete project in the content area, working with themselves or in a dyad. Then number 4, demonstrations. Mahalaga ito sa mathematics, no? Hindi po pwede na walang demonstration. Paano niya na-solve? Paano niya nakuha? Sometimes, di ba, yung mga mathematics teachers nagbibigay ng consideration o may solution siya pero nagkamali lang siya sa bandang hulihan o sige 1 point siya. Okay? Kasi we are looking into the process, how the students will demonstrate learning in mathematics. Then we also have constructed response items. Students answer open-ended questions through writing. Ayan. Parang written assessment din siya, no? Pero this time, open-ended yung ating mga tanong. Hindi katulad kanina sa written assessment na yun na yun. Okay? Kung letter A siya, letter A siya. Then we have the teacher observations. Napakahalaga sa ating mga teachers na we observe our students. That's a form of assessment. Hindi po pwede na nagturo ka lang. Mahalaga rin na ino-observe natin yung mga estudyante natin, how they behave, how they like, or how they dislike mathematics so that we could find ways para magustuhan nila ang mathematics, mas ma-enjoy nila at mas matuto pa sila in terms of mathematics. And then the last one is portfolios. Even you, we are requiring you to have your portfolio because through that you can have a collection of all your works, of all your outputs in the subject. And then if you have a collection of all those, you can see whether you are progressing or not. That is the importance of your portfolio. And these are the examples of authentic assessments that you can use if you are already in the field. And these are the examples also of assessment that you can use in designing your lesson plan for your demonstration teaching. Then we move on to the last one. The last one is the performance assessment. According to Hart 1994, it is designed to test students' ability to use their knowledge and skills in a range of practical situations and contexts. In using this type of assessment, according to Gronland 1998, tasks should, number one, be realistic. Dapat makatotohanan naman. Pag meron tayong ipinagawa sa kanila na isang performance task, kailangan makatotohanan. Be hard to analyze or solve. And new, dapat medyo mahirap naman. Hindi naman po pwede na sobrang dali, nagpa-performance task ka pa. Okay? So, pwede naman siyang written assessment o pwede naman siyang authentic assessment. So, huwag mo na siyang ipa-performance task kung ganun lang naman siya kadali. Sometimes, we are doing performance task or we are giving performance task to our students kapag mahirap itong mga bagay na ito. Ano? At saka ito ay bago. Okay? Ibig ko sabihin sa mahirap i-analyze, mahirap i-solve, at saka bago sa kanila. Okay? Para talagang interactive sila. Demand more time for assessment. Correct? Kapag performance task yan, performance assessment ang gusto mo, hindi pwedeng ibinigay mo ngayon, ipapapasa mo din agad-agad. Hindi po pwedeng ganun. Give them time para makapag-usap-usap. Kung yan ay group task, give them enough time para makapag-practice o para makapag-tulungan, makapag-collaborate sila. And then it requires greater use of judgment in the score. That is the reason why if we have performance task, gumagawa tayo ng criteria, nagseset tayo ng rubrics para maging objective tayo sa pagbibigay ng grades sa mga estudyante natin who are doing the performance task. Hindi po pwedeng nakita mo o narinig mo na maganda lang, wala namang rubrics na sinusunod. Maganda na alam ng mga bata ano ang rubrics na gagamitin natin para sila ay markahan. Okay? So these are the examples. Furthermore, Hart 1994 classifies the types of performance tasks according to format and uses into three broad categories. So these are the three categories of performance tasks. First one is the short assessment task. If you wish to assess the mastery of your students in basic math concepts, this kind of task is suitable and appropriate. Short assessment task lang siya, okay? So, there are two different types of short assessment tasks. First, open-ended task. Ano to? In this task, the teacher presents an issue or condition and the students will be asked to respond by explaining, addressing, analyzing, graphing, or predicting. Yun yung gagawin ng mga bata, no? Magpe-present ka lang ng isang issue, ang gagawin na nila ay sila na ang mag-explain dyan, sila na ang mag-a-analyze, sila na rin ang magpe-predict, lahat-lahat na, sila na ang gagawa. It should encourage students to solve the problems in different ways. Kasi talaga naman, kahit na nagturo ka ng isang paraan para mag-solve ng isang problem, meron pa rin lalabas na ibang paraan itong mga estudyante natin paano nila sinolve ang certain problems. And we encourage that as mathematics teachers. Mas maganda yon na nakaka-discover sila. Aside from what you taught them, meron pa silang ibang paraan na discover. So, we encourage that. At bigyan natin yon ng recognition. Okay? Examples. In how many times can you multiply 16 and 24? Illustrate these ways. Kaya sample yan ng problem na pwede natin gamitin for short assessment task. Then the next one is the enhanced multiple choice task or enhanced multiple choice questions. It will be possible when teachers challenge and require the students to explain their answers. Sometimes, di ba, nagkakagulo itong mga estudyante natin pagdating sa multiple choice. A po, B po, C po. So, let them prove their answers. Hayaan natin silang i-prove nila yung answer. Bakit A? Bakit B? Bakit C? So, mahalaga yun. Ano? Here's an example. Casey is planning to purchase a number of white t-shirt for the school year. A poster for a t-shirt sale reads, ito yung poster, sale, sale, sale. Regular price, 60 pesos. Take 30% off on the second t-shirt purchase. Take 50% off on the third t-shirt purchase. She has 150 in her pocket. She needs to save 16 pesos for her fare. Does Casey have enough money to buy 3 t-shirts from the store? So, enough daw ba yung pera ni Casey na makabili ng 3 t-shirt? 150 lang yung pera niya, pero kailangan pa niyang magtira ng 16 pesos para sa kanyang pamasahe pa uwi. So, letter A, Casey's money will be 2 pesos short. B, Casey's money will be 2 pesos will be 20 pesos short. C, Casey will have 2 pesos extra. Casey will have 20 pesos extra. So this type of question, pwede nilang i-prove. Pwede nilang patunayan bakit yun ang sagot nila. Bakit letter A? Bakit letter B? Bakit C? Bakit D? Kasi this type of questions, multiple choice man siya, pero enhanced. Pwedeng magpaliwanag yung mga bata. Okay? Number 2, the second type of performance assessment is the concept mapping. Okay, what is concept mapping? A concept map is a cluster or network of knowledge created by students to reflect their understanding of concepts and the relationship between ideas, according to Hart 1994. It is used to demonstrate how students' understanding changes over time. Mahalaga yan na nagko-concept mapping tayo, no? Kasi makikita ng mga estudyante kung nagbago na nga ba yung kanilang skills, nagbago na o na-improve na yung kanilang knowledge in terms of mathematics. Okay? And then the last one is the event task. Under event task, we have 2 different types. Event task, it takes a longer time to complete. Students need to work together. Number 1 is the problem-solving and analytical task. Anong ginagawa? Here, students are asked to plan and figure out a solution to a practical scenario. Example, your barkada plans to put up a coffee shop and you have 1 million budget. How are you going to present a table of weekly expenses given that you will not exceed the budget of 20,000 per week? So gagawa sila dyan ng proposal, Gagawa sila ng proposal para sa kanilang weekly expenses na hindi lalagpas ng 20,000 per week. So, tulong-tulong sila dyan sa paggawa, kasi buong barkada. Halimbawa, ang kanilang magiging role, barkada sila na meron silang itatayo na coffee shop. Okay? Then the last one is the long-term projects. The project provides realistic content to the topic learned. Example, prepare a map of your school, draw on a scale. Ibig sabihin, draw on a scale, may conversion na dyan. May conversion. For example, for every 100 meters, that is equivalent to 1 centimeter in the drawing. So may scale, may proper scale. Discuss the calculation techniques and the methods you use. The project is due in 3 weeks time. Medyo matagal kasi medyo mahirap yung task. So hindi po pwedeng bigla-bigla mawawala yung saysay nung pagpapagawa mo ng task. Aside from the written output of the project, each group will be required to make an oral presentation. So let us exercise these students to have a presentation in front of others para at that point in time pa lang sila ay napapractice na para magsalita sa harapan, mag-explain ng kanilang mga sagot. Okay? So those are the different types of assessments, recommendation assessments that you could use in teaching mathematics or in assessing learning to the primary grades. Once again, if you have any more questions and clarifications with regards to our subject, EED4, just feel free to message me in our group chat, EED4. And once again, thank you very much for watching. See you soon. God bless. Keep safe and healthy.